Chibnall's reign of terror came to an end one Sunday evening when the final episode of his and Jodie's era concluded to a universal celebratory ovation. I've seen some good words spoken about the episode, and while there are some interesting ideas and a couple well-crafted moments, I still wouldn't call it good. I mean, quite the opposite. It's bad. But it's also long, so grab your popcorn and anything to keep you awake. Coffee, amphetamines, a near lethal dose of 3000 volts shot through your brainstem every 30 seconds, because this episode is a painful 87 minutes long. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So the episode starts pretty bog standard. A space train is being hijacked by some Cybermen and the Doctor shows up to save the day. By the way, it's a good thing these Cybermen can regenerate, because they seem to make no distinction between these people and just like the area around them.
We're taking a different approach. Get out of there now.
And go where? Oh, it doesn't matter, she's dead.
Number one, find something to hold on to. Number two, don't get shot.
So as Dan contemplates his near sweet release of death, the Doctor finds the cargo the Cybermen came for.
A child.
But before she has time to save them, the Cybermen teleport away, along with my recollection of this entire scene even happening. Bloody hell, 7 minutes into a Chibnall Doctor Who episode and not one egregious location title. Siberia, 1916! So now we're in Siberia. Oh, fuck's sake. So we travel to London 2022, where we see Ace from the classic era. And if you're unfamiliar with the classic era of Doctor Who, then I'd suggest stop watching now, because you won't get an explanation. I get that it's nice to see old faces and that, but did no one tell Janet Fielding that her acting sucks?
There was a package waiting for me. When I opened it up, there was a Russian doll toy box inside.
I mean, the blame's probably more down to Chibnall's writing, because she wasn't bad at all in the 80s. So back on the TARDIS, the Doctor drops Dan off at home and he leaves the story for good, because he was a replacement for Graham, but since he comes back later in the episode, we don't really need Dan anymore. I don't really want to waste as much time on my overview of Dan as Chibnall did writing his conclusion, so I just wanted to say, you were the most unintentionally stupid person to ever board the TARDIS, your character was useless in every situation, and I truly wish, for everyone's sake, that you died on that space train. Goodbye, Daniel. Thanks for all the laughs.
Why am I here?
But back inside the TARDIS, it's time for the plot to start happening. A Dalek hologram enters the TARDIS and tells the Doctor a Dalek attack on Earth is imminent and that she must destroy the Dalek race.
Well, that's a new one.
No, it's happened before.
Who are you yelling at? The TARDIS has walked onto the cargo trail.
Now, despite the almost 90-minute runtime, Chibnall's still found a way to pack way too much into this episode. And this scene is a perfect example of how confusing this plot can get. We go from a Dalek invasion threat straight back to the missing cockle child, and it's so jarring. The music, the Doctor's intense reaction, one minute we're being hyped up to worry about this threat, and the next minute keeping the same energy but swapping the subject onto something completely different. Cybermen Time Lords have taken a random child, but while it's classic companions, Ace and Tegan, Dan's gone, Daleks are here and they're doing things Daleks have never done before, except for when they have. But oh shit, we found the cockle child from 10 minutes ago, but we're in 1916, but Rasputin, holy shit, it's the Master. I'm so confused. So the Doctor and Yaz travel to the planet that has the child on, and we get told some information.
Cybermen have tethered that child into this planet. It's registering as an energy source. How is that child an energy source? Oh, not just talking. There's a code to Why? Yes. What?
Doctor, unit needs your help.
Oh, bit busy, Kate. Can it wait?
Absolutely not.
Yet again, in one unbroken shot, the composition doesn't even change. We go from getting shot at by Cybermen to you need to go to Unit HQ for some reason. Just space out your plot elements. It's just this happens, then this happens, then that happens, then this happens, then fuck off.
Are you ready for this?
No. Shut up.
I believe you three know each other of old.
Okay, now a comparison to school reunion. This is how you write old friends reuniting.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yes, very nice. More than nice, brilliant.
Even with the regret and mistreatment of Sarah Jane, the 10th Doctor still seems overjoyed to see her. And that's because this is a big moment. You want the characters to express the same excitement the audience is going to feel watching it. It serves to heighten the joy for those who waited for this to happen for years. But here we just get an awkward, confused scene of some people meeting that shows none of the history these characters actually have with each other.
Tegan. Ace?
That is a good look on you, Professor.
What are you doing here?
And it's made even worse at the end of the episode when Yaz starts going on about the Doctor's need and want to make friends and how she can't help it or some bullshit.
She's spent her life gathering friends. She can't help it. And she is loved. What are you doing here? I'm Yaz, the only one here who doesn't really know what's going on.
Nope.
The Scream, the Hay Wain, Girl with a Pearl Earring, The Last Supper were taken out of public view because all of them have been defaced.
He literally did this for no reason, by the way. So the Doctor and Yaz then meet with the Master, and honestly, he's starting to grow on me a bit. Slasher Dewan's flamboyancy and overreacting can be a bit much sometimes, but at least he's having fun. At least he's able to bring some sort of character to this awful dialogue, and he can be pretty likeable at times. Although he still delivers every other line like he's on the brink of tears.
Because, really, honestly, truly, this is the day you die.
So the Master makes a very real, compelling threat against the Doctor's life, but with the awareness that no level of threat will ever diminish the Doctor's curiosity. And I get what Chibnall's going for here. Oh, the Doctor's so dedicated to finding out the Master's plan that it will literally be the death of her. And this sort of idea has been explored before in the show, but here it's so on the nose, it just makes the Doctor seem kind of dumb, which I'd like to delineate through a quick animation.
Standing between me and you, Doctor, strategically placed, is a simple bear trap. Now, we both know your curiosity is too strong. Walk towards me, and your legs are no more. As this, Doctor, this is the day you fall for my...
Fuck's sake, what's that doing there? Jesus Christ.
Like, you guys are making this way too easy for him. He's begging you to at least ask him what the plan is, and you're both just ignoring it. Even after he says he ingested the Siberium.
I ingested the Siberium.
Whatever the fuck that means, you're still just shrugging everything off. But anyway, Vinder's back and serves no purpose. So the Master's locked up in a cage, left alone with a bunch of guards and two of the Doctor's closest friends. Like, do you not care if these people die? Was he even searched? He could have anything on him. A laser gun implanted in his wrist, a pair of wire cutters up his bumhole, a teleporting cock ring. You've just placed a cardboard box on an angry crocodile and told your 4-year-old to keep an eye on it while you go to the shops. You're dumb. You're dumb and stupid. You're stupid and dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're stupid.
Bunk up in the bunker. Your dad was an idiot.
Hey, your mum, yeah?
I can't keep doing this with you. Running from one place to the next, never explaining. Sorry, no time.
How many times are we going to tie and untie this frustrating storyline? You don't tell me things. Sorry. This has been going on for 2 seasons and nothing has come from
Olivia!
I'll take down there. Meet you back here. Be careful.
I'm supposed to be the one saying that to you.
Why are you splitting up? You just talked about how this is a huge risk and have no idea whether it's a trap or not. This entire era has been full of threats and dangers, not solved because of the Doctor's wit and smart decision making, but in spite of her dumbness. It's pure luck. So back at the unit base, the Russian doll escapes Tegan's bag and a bunch of Cybermen come out and miss all their shots and then break the Master out of the cage. Surprise, surprise. I've got to give some credit to production on this one shot though. It's not perfect, but it's nice to see a brief moment in this era of the show where they've clearly put a lot of effort into a shot and fucking hell, I'm ill. Where they've clearly put a lot of effort into a shot and have it actually pay off. Wait, how did that guy even die? So the Doctor gets teleported away by the Daleks and ends up in St. Petersburg 1916. Why is the Master Rasputin, by the way? Is that ever explained? Like, did Rasputin ever exist, or is the Master just literally Rasputin? Or like, is he just dressing up as the real Rasputin for no reason? I mean, this is all rhetorical, I don't care.
So it's here we find out the Master's plan, and as far as plans not making sense, this one's a doozy. Leaving out for a second the whole Dalek volcano shit, because I still have no idea what that has to do with anything. The Master's goal is to basically sully the Doctor's name by causing a force regeneration, turning himself into her, kind of, but not really, and then doing evil things. Before I go into detail about this not making any sense, I want to give this episode some praise. There are some moments during this scene that actually got an emotional response out of me, which is so hard to come by nowadays in this show. Probably watching the most childlike and mentally innocent version of the Doctor be taken over by a mad evil man does have an element of uncanniness to it. It's strange watching the Master run around and scream at Yaz whilst wearing the Doctor's clothes, and I think for the first time this is the actual desired effect Chibnall wanted from this scene. Well done, you've outdone yourself, alright? I'm proud of you. You've done well, okay?
Right.
You've
Well
done
done,
well.
you've
I'm
done
so
really
proud of
well.
you.
You've done really well, man.
But it still makes no sense.
My doctor.
Gone? Really gone? Forever gone? Don't worry. You'll get used to me.
I mean, are you going to say anything, Yaz? Got anything to comment on? No? Okay. Let's move on. Now, as I said, the Dalek stuff here really has no relevance to anything, so that could all be cut. But regarding the Force regeneration itself, did it actually need to happen for the Master to get what he wanted? As far as I'm concerned, the Master could have just got the same outcome by cutting his hair and putting on the Doctor's clothes. What he's essentially done is a body swap with the Doctor, but the Doctor keeps her own body, but just goes unconscious, and then the Master also keeps his own body. So I don't understand. I don't understand. You're not getting the desired effect from like a classic body swap story by doing it. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do? Then we really see the detrimental consequences of the Master's grand plan when he goes to a random conflict happening somewhere in the universe and says, "Yeah, I did this."
I have a message for all your remaining news viewers. I am the Doctor, and I caused this.
That's it, that's all we get. We then go to the 13th Doctor appearing in some midway point of Regeneration where we see all the classic Doctors who aren't crazy or dead. Now yes, obviously this scene is just standard nostalgic manipulation, but was anyone really expecting anything different? I mean, it's the last episode of Chibnall's era. Was he really going to create emotional or powerful scenes without forcing in some faces from the past? Of course not. Although he still missed an opportunity to give those new to Doctor Who an actual sense of the character of these past incarnations. Like, the only piece of dialogue hinting towards an actual personality is this one.
Guardians of the Air.
Sorry, why are you not wearing...
I don't do robes.
There's always one. Has to be different.
I am a manifestation of our consciousness. I can wear what I like.
Anyway, so back to Yaz talking to herself. The Doctor suddenly appears and tells Yaz that she's been working on a solution to this exact problem she didn't know was going to happen. So yeah, the Doctor's back, straight away. The stakes were built, they were established. Not only is the Master the Doctor, but the Doctor is the Master, which means we have no Doctor. Very good, Chibnall, very interesting predicament you've put these characters into. How are we going to solve this issue of no Doctor if the Doctor isn't there to solve the issue? Oh shit, I've written myself into a corner here. How about the Doctor just appears because then she can help with the issue of there being no Doctor? Because how do you write a Doctor Who story where the friends of the Doctor are able to solve the issue with no Doctor being present? It's not like that's the theme of the fucking episode or anything.
Come on, Tegan.
I'll hold the lockdown till you're clear.
Where did the bat come from?
You carry that back with you all the time?
Beyonce copied all my moves.
Huh?
Unit HQ has such a weird and specific lockdown system in place. So Kate comes up with a plan to distract the Cybermen whilst Tegan goes down to the basement to blow up the building. How does she do this?
I am the commanding officer of this facility, and I have an offer for you. If you can find me, that is.
Foolproof.
Better come catch me.
So back at the Dalek volcano, Ace has a really weird chat to her version of the Doctor about how sometimes blowing things up is the only option, or something.
So it's fine for me to blow stuff up when you decide.
It's never fine to blow stuff up. Sometimes, sadly, it's the only solution, but only after fair warning.
This would have been a nice moment if the dialogue wasn't fucking gibberish. Since when was the Doctor's philosophy only blow things up and kill everything if you have no choice and you give a warning beforehand? On the surface it seems fine, but every circumstance where the Doctor is faced with this decision, they always go the other way.
Just touch these two strands together, and the Daleks are finished. Have I that right?
To destroy the Daleks, you can't doubt it.
But I do. I'll do it!
Then prove yourself, Doctor. What are you, coward or killer?
Coward, any day.
Now, let's get that Nitro 999 going.
Blow them up, yes. Do it, Ace. Blow them all to smithereens.
Arnold Palmerson, Volcano Inspector.
Graham, friend of the Doctor.
That was pretty funny, I'll give him that. I mean, not to mention the fact that Graham just appeared in a volcano in Bolivia. Does he live here? Out of the billions of places you could be on the planet, why are you in a fucking volcano. So back at Unit HQ again, Tegan's working her way down an elevator shaft when she's found by some Cybermen. She then falls and dies. So Yaz, and basically just the Master, returns to the big room where things happen, and Yaz decides to execute her grand day-saving plan. Although not before allowing the Master to order all the volcanoes to erupt, killing millions. But anyways, the Doctor appears and saves the day by standing in the middle of the Cybermen, causing them to kill each other somehow, giving Yaz the perfect opportunity to sonic all the regeneration into the Fleabo tubes and converting all the Schlabo clams back into the blubby blobs. Probably should have taken the sonic off her in hindsight. But anyways, the Doctor's back.
Finder, what are you doing here?
Oh, whoa. You alright? Yeah, he's there, I guess. Excuse me? How the fuck? So Tegan presses 2 buttons and unplugs a cable, causing all the Cybermen to be electrocuted. Because back in the volcano, Ace and Graham blow up a Dalek and then blow up the big drill thing and then find the Doctor.
How did you get here? It's about to blow, Professor.
How did she get here? Yeah, no idea, it's a mystery. Back at Unit HQ, Kate and Tegan blow up the entire fucking building, somehow causing less damage than when Snake Man blew up Kate's regular-sized house back in series Fucks.
Where's Ryan?
Patagonia.
The amount of volcanoes in Patagonia, he's probably dead. Back on the conversion planet, the Doctor fixes Vinder's ship and then we say bye to him. Literally, why was he even here?
Didn't she just freeze volcanoes into steel?
Yes, I did. Turning multiple planet-threatening situations into public...
I have no idea what's happening. But the Doctor has one last trick up her sleeve. She needs to get rid of the conversion planet the only way she knows how. She blows it up, but then the Master appears and somehow diverts the laser towards the Doctor, killing her. No idea how he did this, it was never explained, but it's just a means to an end at this point. The Doctor needed to regenerate, and it's like Chibnall only just remembered this 10 minutes before the end. But before the regeneration scene, I'd like to take a brief look at the past 4 years of this show. The fact that after 4 years of dogshit writing, we're still keeping up to date with the newest episodes, it's a testament to the connection people have with this show. We've seen its potential and somehow never gave up hope it could still be great again one day. And hopefully with Russell returning, that could turn into a reality. But you never know. The biggest praise I can give to this era of the show is at least it kept it going. Doctor Who wasn't buried as a result of this past 4 years, and it's actually given it an understandable opportunity for change, which is what this show's always been about. But at the same time, this era having been concluded does highlight the flaws even more. Yaz and the Doctor went nowhere, the Timeless Child went nowhere, the Doctor's inconsistent characterization, the convolution, the lack of any plan or structure, it's all clear now. Even the most consistent plot thread of the Doctor being withholding and dismissive of Yaz still isn't wrapped up, when in the end she just sends her on her way for absolutely no reason.
I think I need to do this next bit alone.
But the regeneration itself, I actually really liked. There was no drawn out speech about children or whatever that was. Just a couple nice lines that actually fit this version of the Doctor. I don't want to speculate too much about what's to come, but for once I'm actually excited. Russell T Davies has proven himself, even after his era of Doctor Who ended, to be an amazing writer. And whilst the return of arguably the most popular Doctor might worry some people, I have trust in the old team that they know what they're doing. But, you know, only time will tell. As for this episode, 3 out of 10, it sucked!
Hello, Father.